Hello there. I thought to clarify the play in the 133 which has the mutatio gladii. So in that play we have the sword below the opponent's sword, and then somehow we end up on top of the opponent's sword. So I'm going to explain one way to do this, but before that let's run through the basic idea of the 133 cutting and sword movement, so then it makes easier for you to understand this mutatio gladii kind of movement. So starting from the first guard, you can be low or high, it doesn't matter, on your left side. We go into krukke, then we go into long point, half shield, and then second guard. And from here we can go back, so from second guard, half shield, long point, krukke, first guard. And it works the same way from the other side. So if we start from the fifth, the first one is krukke. This is like a mirrored krukke, but it's still the krukke, it's the same thing. And then you go into long point, half shield, and the third guard. And from here you go half shield, long point, krukke, and then back to the fifth. Okay, so the key thing here is that if the half shield is like this, then the krukke it's like inverted half shield. So tip is down, but in half shield it's up. So krukke here, half shield here. So it's not complicated. And there's a good reason why. Because the sword movement paths, they are symmetric here. So if we go from here up here, so what you see in the manual is it's just this movement, right? And from the other shoulder it's this movement. Simple. Then of course we can combine these, so we are cutting down. And now comes, let's say, the priest special ward here. But anyway, you are doing like this. So we are still going through the same motions. Or you can go here if you want. Keep the buckler here. Or you can pull the buckler down and then extend it. It doesn't matter. And likewise you can cut up. So then it looks like this. Right. So we always go through the same motions here. Either way. And then the fourth guard, it's a transition guard. So if we are cutting like this, we can go into fourth. And now the things come into play. So if we are cutting like this way, but we decide to go to the fourth guard, we can cut from here. So this puts our sword into this circular pattern. I'm doing it like very big now. So it's something like this. So it's a circle. And this is the basis for the movement, in my opinion, for the mutatio gladii movement. Okay. It can be done on the left side as well. Same story. So we are going to the fourth, and then we cut from there, half shield, long point, krukke to the first. Then we go to the third and the fourth. So it just goes through the guards once again. But the difference here is that we kind of start from, let's say, in this case from our left side, we make the cut and we end up to the same side. So we are not cross-cutting here. We are just cutting like this. Same story from here. So we start from right side. It doesn't matter where you start. And then you just go through the guards once again. So fifth, second, half shield, long point, it's crooked, but now you go here. So it's following this circle. Simple. Okay, let's go through the play itself. So if I'm the one who is going to half shield first, the play could go that let's say I'm here, and then I decide to attack like this. So I'm just making a cut, right? But because I'm underway, my opponent in the first guard, they can actually cut. They go to crooked, so they try to cut my hands while I'm coming down here. But of course in the play this fails. So one of the fighters ends up here into half shield. So if I'm in the first, I cannot complete the cut. I try to go to long point, but then I'm opposed by the half shield. So this is the image shown. Okay? So then the person in the half shield, they will cut my sword down because they want to go to the shield strike, right? So they come here, cut my sword down, shield strike. They can also start from here, they're cutting, I try to get this, but they go to half shield, they cut my sword down, half. So what happens here? I don't want to get hit like that. I want to prevent that. So when I go up from here into long point, then my sword is being pushed down. What I will do, this is like a low long point here. So I make a big motion now so that I can see. So I go into the fifth, then I go into second, fourth, half shield, long point. So this is the counter movement. So it looks like this. So I go here, oops, no, bang. This is what I try to do. Of course in the play it looks like this motion. So I go up here, I bang it there and then I attack, right? So up here, it gets pushed down. I do this round cut, ending here, and then I can start my own attack. That was without nukken. But it's really simple here. So I got like bang, bang. This is the old way. But if you want to do the nukken, then it's like I attack, didn't work. I'm going down. I will get it up from here. Now I parry the opponent, and then I can go with nukken if I want. But this works too. And this is the big motion. You can do it also small, because the big motion is kind of slow. So if I would be doing this now, it's very likely that my opponent will already, so if they see that okay, now the sword is going, they will go into strike of some kind already here. So then what happens? We just enter a different page in the manuscript, because we, for example, class our swords up here, and there is a different play. But if I'm like fast enough here, so I can make this motion smaller, then maybe I can catch my opponent's sword and continue. But in any case, the root of the movement is this kind of round cut. So when you practice this, you can make it really big first. So really big one. Whoop, then you just go here, here. That's good exercise. But then if you actually want to be faster, when you go here, you're being pushed down. You can make like really small here, if you want. And this kind of movement is found in some of the old styles as well. So it's nothing new. But the root of the movement is this bigger movement here. And you also need this round movement if your opponent is coming in from this side and you go into half shield, trying to then do the shield strike. But if for any reason you are in this second guard and your opponent attacks you from this side, then you will have to do the round cut. So you will end up half shield here and then you go here. But the movement is still this, right? It works from the other side as well. So if my sword is going here down, I don't think this is in the manual, I can get it on top of my opponent just by going through the same motion now on the different side. So if I, for example, thrust here, then my sword is pushed down here, I can get it back on top just by doing this round movement. So, whoop, this kind of thing. I can go in the shield strike. So from the side, this is now different side here. So it's gonna be from the 5th, 6th, 7th long point. My sword is going down because it's being hit down. I do the mutatio gladii. I get on top. I can then start with the shield strike. So it's not, it's just this. It doesn't require much power, that movement. It's super easy to do. So just whoop, that's a round cut. You can also cut through if you want. It's really up to you what you want to do. But it all comes back to this figure 8 kind of movement. And I think next time let's have a look at the other things over there, because this upward cutting, of course it comes to this half shield kind of motion. So you can also do this round cut upward. It doesn't have to be downward only, it can be also upward. Upward. So from here you can do all kind of stuff, you know, but we are going to be looking at those later. Okay, I hope this explains a little bit. So we had these full cuts, let's say, and now we have this round cut option as well in the manual. So the 4th guard is important here. So if you want to do the round cut, you go first here to the 4th. You could do it from here as well, basically, yes. But if you want to practice, go here first and big motions, big circles. And then later you can make it smaller, use your elbow as axis. And then later you can use just your wrist. But the movement is the same. And finally this big one. So try it out. Mutatio gladii. Bang, bang. That's it.